Okay, so yeah, today's my birthday. I don't know what that means. I don't celebrate it, and I've got nothing to start this episode with because the reason it's been so long between episodes is because I've been working. And working a fucking lot. So yeah, I have no personal stories to start this episode with. I'm just going to start this fucking episode, and I feel like this is becoming a recurring theme, my working so much. Anywho.
Good evening and welcome to the program.
However, experience
the earth is round
the
and not
suppository of all wisdom.
They're the so-called man cave where many husbands
They patriots all across Australia.
Dividing people on the grounds of race is racist.
Well, then you're a racist.
In our democracy and way of
One in
life and
six
culture, and I
Australians
believe
is
it's
now
not.
living off the dole.
They've been persecuted for expressing their right to
We don't want
speech.
Australia to be overrun by these people.
And I got obsessed with my body straight away.
Indeed. Well, we're in the grip of the Ice Age, the dealing and use of the drug ice.
On religious preaching in Rundle
The
Mall.
Australian flag, Anzac Day, national anthem, bacon.
Okay, yeah, the intro sounded weird since I changed the beat under it. Maybe I should go back to the old one, because that one sounded choppy as. Anyway, yeah, this is Local Rag Podcast. I am, as always, Adam Sage. And yeah, first story is the Mocker, where the streets have no name. Courtesy of this bitch named Bet Cody. Now, as this story goes on to say, in the U2 song, where the streets have no name, the city depicted is Belfast Island, and in the meantime, Canberra, that's not a place. Yes, Canberra. Yeah, anyway, so there is this, well, for those watching on YouTube, this fucking commie bitch in Canberra and her, glorified town council or whatever the fuck she's on. I think that's what it is. I've immediately made myself fucking uncredible by saying whatever the fuck she's on. But yeah, I'm looking at the story here. Otherwise known as, the bloody ACT, Legislative Assembly. Yep, that sounds like a giant wank fest. One of its members is Labour backbencher Bet Cody. This fucking Dyke on the screen right now. And yes, I've put up the fucking Antifa and the fucking Communist Party fucking Australia logos next to her. Because she's down with them. She's a part of them. Hey, if I'm wrong, prove me fucking wrong. So what does the member for Murrumbidgee think is the most pressing concern for her and her constituents? Is it enacting anti-consorting legislation to combat outlaw motorcycle gangs who have committed numerous drive-by shootings and arsons in the suburb of Columbia? No, that's not what she's up to. Her number one priority, according to this article, and what I'm reading about her, is changing the name of streets and suburbs that she deems to be, quote-unquote, hurtful. So, these streets that have hurtful names. Yeah, and once I find the right mouse, she goes on to say, I was a hairdresser for 30 years. Yeah, well, okay, if you're watching on YouTube and you're seeing the fucking same picture I'm saying, the line, I was a hairdresser for 30 years, is quite funny. Put this cigarette. Yeah, she told the ABC's national radio, and of course she was talking to the ABC. Who else would she be talking to? And people were often telling me about some of the hurtful place names that we have in Canberra and the pain that they feel when they have to see them. Yeah, this was quite the revelation. As someone who has frequented Canberra's barbers, I have overheard many conversations by the authors of this article, just going on to say what I would say had I ever been in Canberra, but I haven't. But what I am going to say is this fucking woman, this woman that we're looking at right now, bullshit she heard anything. If she heard anything about how hurtful the place names were in Canberra, it's because she fucking, like, you know, coaxed it out of the fucking person. I mean, look at that. Is that not the face of a fucking evil tart? Blah, blah, blah. She goes on to say, the names to be reviewed, all place names, to ensure they meet, quote-unquote, community standards. In the meantime, she is taking her scissors to the suburb of Stirling, named after Western Australia's first governor, who in 1843 led a party of police soldiers and settlers in what became known as the Battle of Pinjarra, resulting in the deaths of 14 Indigenous people and 1 police superintendent. This is what she has to say about the battle. So yeah, let's hear this fucking lesbian fucking... Yeah, let's hear this lesbian commie Dyke's fucking, you know, take on what this battle was. Some people would have a real problem with a person being commemorated for massacring Aboriginals, she said. I'd hardly call 14 people, you know, 14 people...
I'd like to say people kind, not necessarily mankind.
Yeah, that's fascinating. But 14 people is hardly a massacre. I mean, you know, you could go out, you could go out for a fucking night on the piss in Adelaide and...
Harley Street, there's racists everywhere.
You know, the 14 people is fucking nothing. I hardly call that a fucking massacre. But according to this fucking bitch, we need to start renaming places. We need to start being ashamed of, like, the names that are out there for street names and suburbs because 14 people fucking died. Some people would have a real problem with politicizing straw man arguments justified. Yeah, I'm just skipping all through this because the, you know, person who wrote this article, I'm assuming a white man, you know, is saying exactly what I would say. Anyway, there was another park named after British World War II Field Marshal Douglas Haig, who commanded forces on the Western Front. He, according to Cody, so this is the we go back to Cody, the Dyke bitch. According to Cody, sent troops just to be killed. The reason for my motion is to start the conversation, she said this week. No, the reason for your motion, fucking, I look like Drew Carey without glasses and fucking pearl earrings woman. The reason for your fucking... the reason for your motion is not to start a conversation, it's to fucking end one. That's what it's all about. You are not trying to start any conversations. You are trying to end a conversation. You are trying to, like, you know, snuff out all opposition to what you're saying before it even gets started. You're like, you know, on the affirmative. You're on the front foot. You're trying to get in before anything goes on. Like, no problems. Okay. And the article goes on. Yeah. I'm not really going to go into this article because all the author does is go on to just name all these other horrible things that would... okay, here we go. There's a last quote by her. I think we should review place names in the ACT because some of them are named after bad people and are hurtful to the victims. It's a small task to make us all... to make life a little kinder to others. Hashtag ACT poll. So, Australian Capital Territory politics is what she's... So that was clearly a tweet from her. See, this is the whole thing with the fucking safe space thing. It's like, it's just going to make it a little better for everyone. No, it's not. It's making it better for you because you feel like you've had a victory, even though you haven't. You really, you haven't. You have not had a victory at all. Whatever the fuck your name is. Dyke bitch. I fucking...
You fucking whore. Yeah, that's it. Go home. Get my dinner ready.
Yeah, I have no idea what her fucking name was. But she's part of the fucking Communist Party. And, as part of their Communist... Like, here's the thing that I, you know, like, she's got her fucking, Yeah, she's got a fucking CMFU shirt, as you can see there if you're watching on YouTube. She's got a fucking CFMEU fucking shirt, and you know, I just thought, like, I've never been part of a union. I've never seen the reason to be part of a union. Unions have never made sense to me. It just seems like something people do when they're shit at what they do and they can't negotiate their own wage because they're shit at what they do. I've yet to have anybody prove me wrong on that one. Right, but anyway, I went and looked up the CFMEU, and it came up with the CPA, who supporters of theirs, who are their boys, their people, their comrades, as it were. And yeah, this is once I find the file, hold on a second. Okay, something happened then. Wait. I think I found it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay, that was a bit loud. Alright, so this is Adelaide. And here we go. CFMEU, Communist Party Australia.
Hi, I'm Bob Britton, the General Secretary of the Communist Party. We're here this morning in the city, in Adelaide, to show our solidarity with the CFMEU. It's been under concerted attack lately, as have been all trade unions in Australia. There's been the Royal Commission and also the Productivity Commission's report.
Okay, that was me. I just clicked somewhere else.
Into industrial relations, and this has made an intolerable situation where unions are being criminalised for defending their workers.
Bull fucking shit. Okay, you know what happened? Like, I work next to a fucking office of the fucking CEMEU. I work next to one of them, and nobody at my work is part of a union. Everybody is quite fucking happy because nobody at my work is part of a union. We all just, you know, show up, do our jobs, get paid what we paid. Our pays are negotiated personally with the fucking employer. You know, we're all paid something, you know, slightly different, but we're all paid about the same. And that, you know, that's just the way it works. Like, you know, personal, you know, negotiation of a contract. What these cunts want and what these cunts talk about being bullied and that. No, that is exactly what they fucking do. And yeah, okay, this guy coming out there, the reason he looks like, you know, oh, he's someone who would get bullied. He's someone who would, you know, he needs someone to stand up. That's because he's a fucking communist. And like all fucking communists, he's a weak bitch. And if you look up on there, they got this fucking workers' rights sign or whatever. You can't see it because they've got the border around it, which I hope gets me past copyright fucking horseshit. Anywho, they got 3, 4, they got like 6 people at their fucking rally.
Yeah, we're taking this action this morning as part of a workers' rights campaign. We'll be looking to establish a community union defence league to take many more actions like this.
What does that mean? A community unions defence league? That's Antifa. Yeah, seriously. It is. That is, we're going to be sending people out to anyone who opposes giving unions money, and we're going to intimidate them with faggot soy boys and blue-haired dykes in black bloc. That's basically it.
The object is to restore trade unions to their rightful place in the industrial system in Australia.
Their rightful place is obscurity. Let's hear what this fucking fat cunt has to say.
Jimmy O'Connor, I'm a organiser for the CFMEU, Construction and General Branch in South Australia.
Yeah, you're an organiser for a bunch of commie faggots, and by the look of how fucking clean your high-vis shirt, by the way, I have a trade, don't wear a high-vis shirt, high-vis is for faggots. This faggot's high-vis is the cleanest high-vis I've ever seen a faggot faggoting. What a faggot.
and try to do as much as we can for construction workers in South Australia. One of the sites behind us here is one of the main sites we come down to make sure that workers' conditions and wages and safety is well looked after.
Yeah, so all way over the top and there's no personal responsibility.
Maintain. That's one of the main reasons that the union is around. We lost one life of one of the construction workers this year on the Royal Adelaide Hospital.
I'm going to go out on a limb, no disrespect to this man or his family, and I'm assuming it's a man, so that's already disrespectful to you if you think what I'm about to say is disrespectful, but probably a dumb cunt.
You'll see so far this year, in the first month of this year, 8 construction workers died on construction sites around Australia. So it is
8 in a year. 8.
It's extremely dangerous occupation as a construction worker.
8.
And one of the main reasons the unions are so prevalent and are so strong is that we're concerned about the safety on sites.
8.
And our members. So, yeah, the union are strong and hard on safety.
Yeah, they're strong and hard on getting other people's money. Safety is fine. There were only 8 deaths. 8.
High-rise construction sites, you can see behind me, the tower crane.
High-rise construction sites, it's Adelaide. 8.
These guys work at a very, very hard pace, under pressure a lot for time scheduling. So, yeah, safe.
Yeah, it's called a fucking job, you union faggot. We're all under hard time and we all have to do overtime and we all have to do... This is the thing that pisses me off so much about these fucking union faggotry shit cunts. Everybody, everyone, me, you, everybody listening to this, everybody on the fucking planet, we have the same job description, all of us. Every single one of us has the same job description. Do whatever it is that has to be done. That's your job description. That's my job description. That's everybody's job description. But people don't take personal fucking responsibility anymore. So that just seems to not fucking apply. Work ethic is no longer a thing. And yeah, I'm showing my age now. I'm sounding like a fucking old man. But I don't give a fuck because that's what it fucking is. Anyway, let's listen to this fucking high-vis bald faggot.
It is paramount. If you'd like to get involved in actions like this, go to the party's website, cpa.org.au, and register your details there.
Yeah, how about go fuck yourself, faggot? Alright, here's another video from the fucking commie party. Sorry. Load cunt.
Ho ho! Defence expos have to go! Ho ho! Defence expos have to go! Hey hey! Ho ho! Defence expos have to go! Hey hey! Ho ho! Defence expos have to go!
Okay, why is it with these fucking cunts, it's always every fucking, thing is, hey hey, ho ho. Something has to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Donald Trump has to go. Like, misogyny has to go. Blah, blah, blah. Fucking pussy hat. Why is it? She's kind of cute. Yeah, but why is it that every time, like, it's almost as if fucking communism, if socialism stifles creativity, stifles independent thought. Because they can never seem to come up with their own original chants. And, God, look at this cunt. A ranger. Like, I know he's a commie and he's red and shit, but a ranger? Okay.
Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
Okay, look at this cunt. He's a cunt in a fucking Nakubra hat and that. I don't know, for some reason he thinks he's dressed as a farmer. Anything war can do. This guy, he probably does come from fucking a farming community. He's what's known as only gay in the village. I was about to say every gay in the village. That's the way they'd like it. Anything, he's holding a sign that says, anything war can do, peace can do better. Yeah, I beg to differ. I don't know, the space program, that came from war. That came from fucking, the V2 rockets, everything that went into the space program came from fucking, Germany Nazis launching, launching, trying to build. I don't know what that was. Okay, something happened. I don't know what. Oh, anyway, hopefully I'm still recording. Hopefully I am still streaming. Well, according to the program I am, Okay, maybe I was connected and then disconnected. Anyway, this cunt is saying anything war can do, peace can do better. I'm saying no. The entire fucking space program proves you fucking wrong. The advances in like hunting and meat production and shit like that proves you wrong. Yes, like guns are designed for killing, but they're also designed for killing efficiently, and efficiency is humanely. But anyway, let's just have you hey ho ho.
Defence expos have to go, hey hey, ho ho. Defence expos have to go, hey hey, ho ho.
Yeah, also anything to do with power, anything to do with batteries. The fact that we went from fucking homing pigeons to radio, to the fact that you're hearing me right now and possibly seeing the images I'm showing you, all of this is because of war. All of it.
Defence expos have to go. Hey, hey.
And here's the police leading some dirty hippie away, and rightly so. Hey, hey, ho, ho.
Ho, ho. Defence expos have to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Defence expos have.
Look at this. This is just fucking, this is the Communist Party of fucking Adelaide right here. A bunch of fucking ABC fucking viewers.
Have to go.
Hey, 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 hey. I've been on the government program for my entire life, and anyone who doesn't agree with the fact that I've never contributed to society but always taken from it should have to go. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. You fucking Gilliger-hatted faggot.
Defence expos have to go. Hey, hey.
Hey, hey, defence expos have to go. Conversation, not... What is that? Conversation, not obliteration. And you've got the fucking stencils like fucking Sheikh Lavar, the guy who just killed people. Yeah, and what you're doing there by breaking the barrel in half is making a more sporadic deadly weapon. In fact, a more illegal weapon. But hey, let's ignore that. Let's look at the fact that you've spray painted some shit with stencils on a piece of cardboard, and despite your age, you have worse handwriting than I do. And yeah, conversation, not obliteration. Yeah, here's the thing. Not is not the word that needs to be emphasized in that sign. Conversation and obliteration. In fact, if anything, obliteration, the word that you've chosen to write the smallest, should be the largest. And, not should be the smallest, and, then conversation after that. So it should be medium-sized conversation. Possibly a small or, again, medium-sized not. And then obliteration should be the biggest one. But hey, hey, ho, ho, what would I... No.
Keep going, we'll play this film. Defence expos have.
And look at these faggots. Just look at it. Every single one of them, pansy soy boy faggots. What does that tell you about the fucking communist movement?
Defence expos have to go.
Yeah, it's either fucking old cunts. I guarantee this Communist Party of fucking Australia, at least the one of Adelaide, is a pedophile ring.
Hey, ho, ho. Defence.
They love their fucking floppy hats, don't they? What is that about? Are they all into fishing? Because I assume they're all fucking vegan, but anyway.
Expos have to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Defence Expos have to go.
Oh, you see what he did there? Hey, 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 ho! And they're all just sitting around. Like, look at this here. Like, there's just a bunch of them. Or, like, you know, they're clearly, like, Antifa cunts. They're all in black bloc and that. They're all just dressed in black. And they're all just sitting there like it's a school assembly. And the fact that there's this old guy in a fucking floppy hat talking fucking socialist horseshit, communist horseshit to them, they all feel that they just have to sit down and listen and agree with it and they've all got their backpacks in front of them. It's like, you know, it's like they're at school and they're doing exactly what they're fucking trained to be doing. But hey, hey, ho, ho, what the fuck do I know? Yeah, and that's where it is with these fucking faggots.
Don't commit your hate crimes here! Hate crime!
Yeah, okay. Anywho, yeah, so this... Do I have more of these fucking commies? I don't think I do. No, I don't. Oh, shit. And anywho, yeah, so... Yeah, that's what's going on in Australia. Like, there's somebody trying to get things outlawed who's part of a communist movement is trying to ban speech in Australia and ban names and get us all used to fucking the idea of changing things and giving up heritage. Gee, that's weird for a communist. Okay, I've got to find the right mouse on the right computer. Here we go. Okay, and this is the next one from the fucking Greens Party. And I have been shadow banned from Twitter. I've been flat out suspended for like 24 hours or whatever because of, directly Green supporters. Because I choose to point out things. Hypocrisies in their statements. Like this one, share your stories on LGBTQ plus people in religious schools. Now, this was put out by the Greens. This was put out by, I think, one senator in particular. I can't think of her name. I think it's Julie something. I'm sure we'll find out as we read on.
You fucking whore. Yeah, that's it. Go home. Get my dinner ready.
Okay, I don't know why it's making that doing noise. That is really, really fucking annoying. I will do something about that right now. Yeah, Yeah, anyway, it's share your story of LGBTQ plus people in religious schools. Right now in Australia, Australia's national anti-discrimination laws allow religious schools to expel students and fire teachers and their staff members because they are gay, lesbian, bi, plus, trans, or gender diverse. Do they? Really? I don't know. I don't know if I'm quite agreeing with that. I don't know if I quite agree that...
You'd all be dead now if it wasn't my David.
No, that's not what I'm saying. A person's sexuality or gender identity should not disqualify them from attending or working at any school. Well, why not? Why shouldn't it? Like, your gender or your fucking, whatever, your gender, your sex, will disqualify you from working some jobs. You know what? Most people don't want a fucking... I'm a 35-year-old white man. Most people do not want a 35-year-old man, regardless of race. Say, working as a kindergarten teacher. It just seems a bit weird. It's not a job I'm going to apply for. It would just seem a bit weird. Am I am I alone in this?
The Satanic Jews.
Okay, that's not what the button I was after. No. That is the last thing I want. I want.
Don't commit your hate crimes here.
Okay. I don't know where that was going at all. No, but why shouldn't a person's gender or sexuality, like if it's a Christian school and you're a raging fucking faggot, I mean, wrong fucking button.
Hey, she was a hooer.
Yeah, that's a reason to fucking fire somebody from a Catholic school. I mean, if this conversation happened.
I don't hate men, but I wonder how a man would feel if they'd have lived my life. Because it was a man who sexually abused me when I was a child.
Okay, look, if a teacher said that, that would be fine. But, if a teacher said something like, gay, then we will definitely have to get them out of there. But the Greens have been fighting for years to remove this discrimination from our laws. Just before the Wentworth by-election, in which, Jews were used like patsies, I'm going to get into that in a later episode, party said they, the Labour Party, said they support ending this discrimination towards students and teachers, and Scott Morrison committed to stopping the religious schools from expelling LGBTQ plus students by the end of October. Well, October has come and passed, and the LGBT students have, they have done their thing over and over again. And, all 7 of them. I really need to learn the buttons.
You will die without honor.
Thanks, Wolf. Right, but here's the thing. Like, do you really want, this idea that fucking, share your story about people being oppressed in religious schools? You're just going to get people making up their own oppression. You're going to get people like this.
There's racists everywhere, misogynist.
Gay!
Or you're going to end up with people like this.
I like to say people kind, not necessarily mankind.
That's what the bloody Marxists always say.
Thank you, Dr. Peterson. Yeah, that's the thing. You're just going to end up with people saying, it's actually people kind, not mankind. So if we could do that, and nothing in this world is ever going to get done, nothing is ever going to get solved, because people are too busy talking about the way they feel about any problem that comes up, instead of solving the fucking problem. I can't believe a man who was 35 fucking years old, 34 years old, today as I'm recording this is my 34th birthday, and I can't believe I am the fucking mature one when it comes to this shit. When it comes to this shit, like, you look at those fucking people in the Communist Union, they're all in their fucking, mid to late 60s, early 70s, and I am more mature than they are. I have put in more man hours in my contribution to society than probably all of those people fucking combined. And they have the audacity to tell me that I need to pay them if I want to work, because what I do involves my hands. Fuck you, and fuck your faggot fucking union. Anyway, if you're LGBTI, and this is what this article, and this is from the Greens, this is what they put out. They put it out on Twitter, Instagram, fucking all social media. They're asking, if you're, LBGT, or LGBTQ plus, and attend or work at a religious school, or have in the past, or wanted to but didn't apply. So they're saying if you wanted to work at a religious school but didn't apply because you thought, oh, I'm not religious, they want you to be part of the holy shit. Yeah, okay, the fucking computer decided to hit the back button on its own. Yeah, but basically what they're saying is, even if you wanted to apply for the job, wanted to, like, wanted to is completely different from, yeah, from actually, what the fuck is going on with this computer? Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, I've gone way past it again. Anyway, if you have wanted to fucking do it, but so far nothing has changed since Scorrison has missed the deadline, and we're worried that instead of working with the Greens to end discrimination now, the Labor Party wants to delay action potentially until after the next election. We need to keep pressure on both the Liberals and the Labor Party so that they end discrimination now. If you're LBGT and attend or work at a religious school or have in the past or wanted to but didn't apply, that is what fucking gets me. If you if you're LGBTQ plus and attended or worked at a religious school or have in the past wanted to but didn't apply, and that didn't fucking sound effect didn't fucking work, fucking all, and I fucking hate it, and
Our pets' heads are falling off!
Thank you. That is a sound effect I was trying to play. Like, they're just going fucking absurd. Like, it's a Hail Mary at this point. If you wanted to but didn't apply. So, yeah, I thought about applying as a firefighter, but I weigh 310 kilograms, and I'm 4'2". So I'm discriminated against, because I was made to feel by their general attitude that I wouldn't be welcome. And yes, I am holding a glass with ice in it. I'm drinking red wine with ice. Blow me. Right, so if you're LGBTI religious school, wanted to but couldn't, and you can share your experience. Yeah, this is what caught my eye about this story. Once I found the little mouse cursor. Here it is. Yeah, you can share your experience by posting this event or share with us anonymously using the link below. We know that these discriminatory laws continue to harm and threaten LGBTQ plus people who attend or work at religious schools. Why the fuck are you working there? You know what? I don't fuck little boys. So I don't work at a fucking Muslim school. I don't punch women in the eye. I don't full-on punch women in the face. So I don't work at a Muslim school. I don't rape. I think you can see where I'm going with this. And,
Don't commit your hate crimes here! Hate crime!
Right, we know that these discriminatory laws, blah, blah, blah. We will share your experiences in the media and Parliament. The Greens believe our laws should protect the LGBT TIQ plus people, I swear that's changed as I've been reading this, from discrimination to ensure the right to discriminate against them. Wait, what? The Greens believe our laws should protect LGBT people from discrimination. Not ensure the rights to discriminate against them. It isn't the rights to discriminate against them. It's the rights to tell them. It's not the right to discriminate. It's the right to say no. And that's what you're trying to take away, which is discrimination. You're trying to take away either my right to say yes, I accept you, or no, I don't. But you're trying to take away that choice. And that choice is a right. Mick Faggot. So what they go on to say in this social media post is they want people to share your story. If possible, this is what they ask for people to share their story. And yes, if you're wondering, I did decide to, I did decide to share my story.
Don't commit your hate crimes here.
Yeah, that wasn't even close to the button. Anywho.
In recognizing a communist, physical appearance counts for nothing.
Again, I have no idea what that means. Where the fuck is my vaporizer thing? Okay, yeah, please include in your post. So this is what they want you to include. So they're basically just fucking, fishing for, it's almost as if all these people who are discriminated against, that they keep talking about how many people are discriminated against, don't actually exist, and now they have to go out and do what they're actually doing now, the Greens, is try and get people. So yeah, what they're asking for under the title Share Your Story, if possible, please include in your post some demographic details about yourself, i.e. I'm a lesbian teacher in her 40s. That's very specific, isn't it? Then don't worry, that's not what I wrote. I went a different angle. Name the school or which town or city the school is in, the year or decade your experience is from, whether you are or were studying or working at the school. So they just want to know everything about you. This is basically just data mining. They also want to know whether you feel you were discriminated on the basis of your sexuality, gender, identity, or both. Well, they also want to know when it was in the past. So you can just say anything the fuck you want. How your experience has affected your life. They also want to know that. You can share anonymously here at http:// blah 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 blah. It goes on. Take further action. And yeah, this is what they're going to write to the Prime Minister apparently. And yeah, I haven't looked up on this yet, but it's like, yeah, dear Prime Minister and all members of Parliament, I believe our laws should protect LGBTQ plus Australians from discrimination, not ensure the right to discriminate against them. All I can call for you to do is join us to protect our LGBTQ plus students, teachers, and staff. How fucking many can there now be? And then it has a sign now fucking hyperlink, which, surprise, surprise, is greens.org, .au is, yeah, it's absolutely fucking that. You're right, so share anonymously your story if you work or attended work at a religious school, or did in the past, or wanted to attend, yeah. Okay, I've been through all this. So they're basically asking people to share their stories of being at a religious school as a LGBTQIZYNF AOK, whatever the fuck. Right, so possibly include some. Yeah, I went through all this all well. Okay, so yeah, please share with us your experience. Provide us with as much detail as you like. So this is where I started filling out the form. This is the first bit they asked me to fill out. So I thought, well, you know what? I'm just going to just throw them a story and see if they run with it. Because apparently they're going to be reading these stories out in Parliament. And yeah, it's been a while since I wrote this. But anyway, if this actually got read out, somebody let me know. Here's what I wrote to the Greens about my experience, which I just made up. But then again, it's about identifying as another gender. So what? Who didn't write them a story and just make it up? I've started with Dear Greens, even though it doesn't start with Dear Greens. Dear Greens, I'm now a 35-year-old trans woman who suffers from PTSD due to my time at Catholic school. My mother sent me to the high school in the hope that the education would help me later in life. The opposite happened. I am now unable to work due to my PTSD. The bullying started on my first day when a couple of white male students who were up to no good started making trouble for me due to my feminine nature. This continued for 6 months, with the school telling my distraught mother that, quote, boys will be boys. This all came to an end after a physical altercation that scared my mother, forcing her to send me to live with my auntie and uncle in Blair Athol so I could change schools. Luckily, the new school was not religious and had more racially diverse faculty and student body. So the straight white males were not outnumbered, but knew their place. The homophobic and transphobic slurs still haunt me today. Thank you, Greens, for standing up for people like myself. I just realised I don't have clapping sound effects, unless this is it. No? Yeah, that pretty much was retarded. So yeah, that's the yeah, they asked what school I went to, blah 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 blah. Okay, well that's the first segment over with. I'm quite drunk. I had a few with my brother playing PlayStation tonight. If that sounded weird, it was because I was talking into a pint glass. Anywho. Oh, that looks like it's been recording for a while. Okay, anyway. Recorder's making a weird flashy sound. I think it's time to go into cops. Let's see if this works.
Cops, fighting crime in a future time.
You swear one more fucking time and I'll put you in the lockup for the night for disorderly. Just like last time, I'll deny you a bail and some big fella's going to play with your arsehole through the night. If that's what you want, say one more fucking swear word.
Paul Brandon Crumbine and George Stanley Harradine jailed over drug-fueled rampage across Adelaide. It was a drug-fueled car chase, through the eastern and northern suburbs that brought down power lines and ended in a hefty jail terms for two violent thieves. Brendan Cool Corabini and George Stanley Harradini, each. I read that as catch. Each pleaded guilty to 14 offences, including aggravated assault of two women, a man, and theft of property during a crime rampage on July 20th, 2016. Is that when fucking Grand Theft Auto 5 came out? Anywho. The men who were raised in an environment of drugs, violence, and a culture of crime used a spanner to threaten and assault residents and innocent motorists who were forced to pull over in attempted carjackings at Felixton. See, attempted carjackings. This shit never fucking happened back in my day. And it's almost like a group of people came into this country and showed that you can really fucking get away with carjackings. And you can really get away with some fucking dodgy shit. Because we have a really fucking weak system. And, oh my god, it's almost like they're training. It's almost like we're importing retards who are training our retards in the art of retardery. The man, Hardline 29 faced further driving offences, so they just went on a spree just trying to pull people over. And here's the thing, this is two guys, like one's in his late 20s, the other's like 30. These are two guys who, in a town full of fucking old people and children, couldn't fucking manage to do anything. The pursuit ended after the stolen car rammed into a Stobie pole. That's a light post, that's what we call it in South Australia, which fell upon impact. Yeah, it's exactly what they're designed to do. They're designed to fall over, and they got a plug in them. And the reason they're designed to fall over is so the plug inside will definitely disconnect, and there's no power lines over the road. It's actually a very smart design. The man ran from the scene, but a passerby tackled him before 6 officers detained him. See, yeah, this is another thing that's happening time and time again. This is what happened on fucking Burke Street recently. Is people, just regular people, are so sick of the cops turning a fucking soft gaze on these fucking criminals. And, you know, being like, oh, just hang on, let him wear himself out. No, taser the cunt and punch him in the back of the head and then the throat. He's a criminal. It's what he fucking deserves. The man ran from the scene, but yeah, passerby tackled him. Fucking good on him. Chamber told that they were at a crucial junction in life. Oh, here we go. Both men took part in sentencing conferences and pledged to turn their lives around to become better family men. See, this is the thing. These scumbags always have fucking children early because it's something they can just fucking point to. And not only is it something they can point to when they say, oh, well, you know, I'm just trying to do by my family the right thing. Yeah, it's not only someone they can, you know, something that they can point to. And that's all they use these children for. It's fucking sick. But, you know, something that they can point to when they say, oh, look, I've got something to lose. And, you know, they also point to it when they're like, look, I've got something to lose, so give me something to gain. Because it's all about the fucking money with these people. Always has been, always fucking will be. Okay, yeah, drug fueled this, drug fueled that. Burke Street accused James, you know what? I'm gonna break this episode up into 2 parts. Just because. Yeah, well, that's been about an hour on one or whatever. Anyhow, I'm going to break this up because, yeah, I need to fucking stretch my legs or whatever. And I am quite drunk. Or should I just keep going? Nope, I got to stop it. I've talked about it for too long. Yeah, I guess this is still the cops segment, even though I've just come back into it, so I should probably play the thing.
Cops, fighting crime in a future time.
You swear one more fucking time and I'll put you in the lockup for the night for disorderly. Just like last time, I'll deny your bail and some big fella's going to play with your asshole through the night. If that's what you want, say one more fucking swear word.
Yeah, shift. Why did that? Okay, I don't know what just happened then. I think I may have dropped offline. Well, that's just fucking typical, isn't it? Well, anyway, yeah, we might be back now anyway. Yeah, shit. Played the whole cops thing. I played it again because it was, gonna get back into the thing. And then the fucking, it just...
Some people see a dumpster fire and do nothing but watch the spectacle.
You're absolutely right. I need to power on. I need
Go
to
to Honey Street. It's racist everywhere. Misogynist.
You go to hell. You go to hell and you die.
Okay. Anyway,
it's funny. Sometimes American journalists talk about how bad a country is because people are lining up for food. That's a good thing.
That's what the bloody Marxists always say.
Anyway, a chef bashed by a violent gang of youths at iconic restaurant. A chef at a popular Melbourne restaurant has been circled by a group of youths before being repeatedly punched and kicked in a brutal attack. Daniel was working at the popular St Kilda beachfront restaurant Donovan's last night when he finished his shift and was waiting at the side door for a friend. The 24-year-old was approached by a gang of what he described, and I love that the article says this, African youths armed with knuckle dusters, a metal pole, who demanded he hand over his belongings. And I love that they've said in this what he described. Like it didn't happen, because clearly this guy with a full-time job who's just knocked off work and is waiting for a buddy because they're probably going to go get a drink together because it's I'm assuming they've just knocked off work and they want to get a drink because they fucking earned it, unlike these shitheads who are showing up with knuckle dusters and what the fuck not. But what he described as African youths, because we don't want to stigmatize, because it's not like the fact that you said this guy knocked off work tells me anything about his race. White, Asian, Indian. Anywho. Herb. But only 50%.
Don't commit your hate crimes here. Hate crime!
I've got to remember where other fucking
We like to
buttons
say
are.
people kind, not necessarily mankind.
Yeah, no worries. The 24-year-old, was approached by gang and demanded his belongings, as they are known to do. When he refused, and for all the people thinking, oh no, just give it over. No, you fucking don't. Because that's how you fucking breed complacency. People have to get hurt. And if you, like, this guy is probably, I'm assuming, like, I don't know where I read it in the article. Okay, there it is, yes. I didn't imagine it. He's 24 years old. He, probably doesn't have any kids, doesn't have a wife or anything. Well, there's a chance. And so he's got nothing to lose. So he should say fucking no. Like, I'm 34. I have no kids, no wife. I should say no and fight. Because people have to fight. And I have the least, and this guy has, I'm assuming, I'm not judging this guy's, but I'm assuming the reason he said it, just the fact that this guy knocked off from, like, clearly what was like a long day of fucking work and just put it in because that's what he has to do. to get by in this world. Like, you know, he's a working class guy. And he's, 24. So I'm assuming the fact that he went, no, he took a stand, means he didn't have anything to lose. He's like, no, fuck it. Somebody has to. Somebody with nothing, nothing really to fucking lose. I mean, sure, people are going to be upset when it turns out you die or whatever. But if you've honestly got nothing to lose, you have to at least say no. It could end badly. And that's a risk you take. But you have to say no. Just sometimes in life, you have to say no.
You'd all be dead now if it wasn't my David.
I've forgotten what the other buttons are. Hang on. Not even close. I genuinely don't give a fuck. There are words of wisdom in between the madness that is this show, because I don't think I've ever done this show sober. As a secret. Why is that a secret? Because whispers. All of a sudden it escalated. Okay, this is what the guy's saying. All of a sudden it escalated. The first I got was a hit to the back of the head. From there, it carried on, he told 9 News in an exclusive interview. Well done, 9 News. Well done. Yeah, should I give him this voice? I mean, he's 24 and he's exiting a restaurant after working a full day. It's probably, the voice I gave him like this is probably the least likely voice this person would have had. Okay, let's go back over what he said. 24, just worked a full day at a restaurant. Hang on, I'm going to have a sip of red, getting character. All of a sudden, okay, he's going to be New Zealand. Fuck it. All of a sudden, it's escalated. And the first hit I got was to the back of the head. From there, it carried on, he told 9 News in an exclusive interview. Everyone started joining in, and then the guy snapped. And then the main guy snapped my glasses. Yeah, I don't think I know how to do a New Zealand accent. Why am I trying to do... Yeah. All of a sudden, it escalated. And the first hit I got was to the back of my head. From there, it carried on here. He told 9 News in an exclusive interview. Everyone started joining in, and then the main guy snapped my glasses. One guy leaped on me with the champagne bottle and tried to glass me in the head. I tried to swerve away, but he still got me. That's an actual quote. Okay, so obviously it's not a champagne bottle. It's, a sparkling white wine bottle. But that's just shit that, like... that's shit that fucking, like, little girls drink. And I say that as a little boy who drank. And when I say little boy and when I say little girl, I'm talking 14, 15. 16. No, 16 you can drive in South Australia. No. I don't count 16 as an adult, but there's a difference between 14 and 16. I was drinking at 15. I was driving at 16. And I was also driving at 16. Well, no, I think I made it till about 17 or so before I Or maybe 18. Yeah, now that I think about it, and most likely, yeah, I would have definitely made it until... I would have made it from, 16. Because you have to be 19 before you get off your provisional, P plates. And, when you're still on them, you have to have a 0.000, recurring blood alcohol level. But you can also be 18 on them. And I think I made it till 18 on my P plates before I ever did any drink driving. And that was just the fact that I wasn't completely zero. Yeah, all of a sudden it escalated, hit the back of my head. Okay. One guy leaped on me with a champagne bottle and tried to glass me in the head. I tried to swerve away, but he still got me. Yeah, I got protected by a fucking hat once. I was shit, how old was I when this happened? I was probably about that age, about, 18, 19, if that. And yeah, I got fucking glassed. I got hit in the back of the head with a fucking beer bottle. And, people I were with got hit in the face with beer bottles. Bad things happened on that night. Yeah, it changed a guy forever. I don't know. Should I talk about this? Or I really shouldn't talk about this. I don't know what's happened with it. And I could be vague and... yeah, it wouldn't matter. I can negotiate my way around the details and actually talk about it without, over revealing or without outing anyone or anything, anything that happened. But no, I'd need more time to think about it because this is not something I've ever wanted to talk about. And what the fuck am I talking about right now? Right now, I'm supposed to be talking about this guy who's getting his head smashed in by a bunch of you-know-whats. A bunch of... Why did I fucking... Okay. I know this isn't going to mean shit, and I'm already racist, blah, blah, blah. But I was going to start with gentlemen of colour, and then end, or, work my way to... you-know-whats. I didn't want to start with you-know-whats. Because I don't actually think you-know-whats. But you know what? It's funny. It is. Deal with it. No, it really fucking is. The idea that there's this word that's so fucking taboo, and especially if you look a certain way, it's extra fucking, taboo, it's extra fucking wrong. Yeah, that's funny. And that's gonna happen. That people are gonna do that, and they're gonna use it because you've made it a fucking no-no. And I am off on such a fucking tangent. And this is not a tangent I should be getting on with the story that I'm talking about, I realize. Oh, this is fucking awesome. I'm so glad I am live streaming this. I really am. This is fucking drunk sage unadulterated. This is fucking sloppy as shit. Yeah. This is my birthday podcast. This is me just... I'm gonna lean back from the fucking microphone right now. I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna keep recording, and I'm just gonna keep fucking talking, and yeah, I don't care. Everyone started joining in, and the main guy snapped my glasses. I was like, everyone started joining in, and I don't even remember what voice I was giving the guy who was getting his head punched in. And the main guy snapped my glasses. one guy. Shall I give this guy a call, boys? Okay. I think I've been disconnected. This is quite annoying. I see that the recording is still going. That's not a repeaty. But yeah, I am not streaming anymore. And it's kind of annoying me. But I'm still recording. And I assume I'm still recording on the video side of it. Yeah, all of a sudden, everyone started joining in. One guy leaped with a champagne bottle to my head. I tried to serve away, blah, blah, blah. He was left with a laceration to the back of his head with serious bruising in the attack. He spent the night in the hospital being treated for his injuries. I was just constantly punched and kicked, he said. I have been in that exact position by fucking, I'm gonna go out and say it, fucking Vietnamese. Yep. That's what happened. Yep, I had an incident in which it involved a Vietnamese a gang, I guess. Not like, real fucking gang, but, a bunch of teenagers coordinated who are all of the same ethnicity, as far as that is, conceived of, no, just called a gang, then yeah, I've had problems with ethnic gangs. Yeah, but that gets into the story that I need to think about before I tell. It will be told, it just needs to be thought about. I know that sounds weird, but that's the way it is. Okay. Yeah, I was just constantly, punched and kicked. Adrenaline kicked it. I was thinking I just got to stay up because I knew if I fall down, all hell would have broken loose. Yes, this guy's just trying to stand on his fucking, that's all he's fucking doing. He's just trying to stand on his feet. And all he's done is said, this is a fucking African...
Don't commit your hate crimes here!
And hate crimes! What happens. That's what fucking happens every fucking time. And yeah, that's all it fucking is. It's fucking... it's... These fucking goody two-shoes fucking leftist fucking let's save everybody, let's make everybody special cocksuckers who are just ruining it for fucking everybody. And they are the ones, like, even though these fucking, yeah. Well, hang on. I really have to fucking, yep. Okay, I think I've got I think I've got things fucking working, and yeah, I'm talking a lot and all right. Yep. Yeah, no, that's everything. I just want to get you back to the. There we are. That's the one I wanted to hit, and this will get me kicked from YouTube probably just for having that. Seriously, but yeah. In breaking news, I have got
Everybody has a right to feel safe in our community, but right now, cynical politicians are putting the safety of Melbourne's African Australian community at risk. This summer's Melbourne's media has been dominated by racialised crime reporting and politicians like...
Okay. So this is just after the story I spent fuck knows how long reading you. But the point was, this cunt comes out and says sensationalised when there is just... Oh, I'm connected again now that I've gotten back on point. Well, if the live stream hasn't had any of the shit in between, if the bleep on my computer that started whenever ago to the bleep that just happened then was the whole thing, well then you know what, you probably missed out on some good shit, and you missed out on some good shit in the sense that it's good that you missed out on it because it was all shit. You know what I'm saying? Wah, 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 wah. Okay, I think that was the wrong video. And I don't even think I was ready for that yet. And what the fuck was I? Oh, it was that Greens cunt.
Everybody has a right to feel safe in our community, but right now, cynical politicians are putting the safety of Melbourne's African Australian community at risk. This summer's Melbourne's media has been dominated by racialised crime reporting.
No, the media has been dominated not by racial crime reporting. It has been dominated by a certain race committing a lot of crime. But, go on, faggot.
And politicians like Matthew Guy or Immigration Minister Peter Dutton seeking to exploit it. Politicians targeting communities for political...
Seeking to exploit it. Peter Dutton, okay, go on.
Again, set the tone, but the impacts on people are real and lasting.
Yeah, no shit. Like the guy who got killed in Burke Street recently. That's real and lasting. Like, he's straight up not alive anymore. He's fucking dead. But, virtue signal, you Greens faggot. You disgust me.
Racism is on the rise in Australia. Openly white...
Faggotry is on the rise and has been for a lot longer. And if what you call... call it what you want to call it. Toxic masculinity. You fucking... No, let's get back to this cunt.
Nationalist groups are organising...
No, they're fucking not. There are no more white nationalists than there ever have been since fucking white nationalists were a thing, which was like 200 years ago. There are no white nationalists. Anyone you think is a white nationalist is just somebody who disagrees with this faggot.
And this summer's media panic has made things worse and put people at risk. My constituents tell me of stories of racial abuse that they've faced on the streets and on...
Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Online. And I've heard from African Australian constituents who are worried to...
No, you haven't. You've heard from fucking somebody doing analytics. You've heard from somebody fucking crunching numbers. You've heard from somebody giving you statistics. You
leave their homes because they fear being abused or attacked because of who they are. Well, today in Parliament, Are
you serious? Being abused and attacked simply because of who they are. Yeah, God. If only we could apply that to a place where there were more black people than white people. Somewhere in Africa, but not actually Africa. Perhaps south of it. It's not going to happen anyway. You know what? You've got me. I don't have an argument.
Stand with the African Australian communities. Yeah. I condemn the politicians and media who are racially targeting young people and making our community less safe.
I condemn the people who are racially targeting senior citizens and making their lives unsafe. I condemn the people who are racially and sexually and age-ally targeting people who they conceive as, not who they conceive, but who actually are a lot weaker and can't defend themselves. Yeah, I condemn that. You faggot.
Last year, overall criminal incidents in Victoria were down 4.8%.
Yep, nobody's disputing that, and that's a great thing. But when you have one demographic whose rate is on the rise while everybody else is on the down, no, let's let the man finish.
And youth crime rates have been dropping slowly for a decade.
Yeah, you're a decade.
And of course we must do everything we can to reduce crime, but a racialised fear campaign led by media and politicians...
It's not a racialised fear campaign. It's statistical analysis. It's reality. It's facts. It's 1 + 1 does not equal Hitler. Okay, go on. Go on, faggot. Go on.
Based on misinformation is not the way to do it. Last month, Deputy Speaker, police officers were injured when 100 young people rioted in Torquay, and I heard the Immigration Minister say nothing about it because those people were white. He only targets people whose skin colour is black.
Bullshit! He said nothing because of people like you. And if 100 people like rallied somewhere, and they were all white, they're going to be Antifa. And look at this soy boy faggot. You can tell he's lying. Look at him. His mousy fucking demeanour. Like, oh, God. This is a guy who honestly thinks bells are a part of life. That everybody in their life, in their work, has a bell that rings. To let them know.
Let's have a serious conversation about how we make everyone safe.
Yeah, order you a fucking set of testicles. Good Lord. So this is what they're saying. It's all fucking, yeah, this is the point. This is what I'm getting at. This is like, you know, the whole reason. I didn't mean to hit that button. But it is retarded. And that button is fucking, I don't want that sound to come. Okay. Anyway, this is me. Like, so the whole thing is, this is made up by the media. This is all bullshit. That these people, these immigrants, these Sudanese African immigrants, they are not fucking prone to violence. They are not this. They are not that. They are not the ones doing it. It is the media who is, you know, blowing things out of proportion where there are a couple of bad eggs. It's all shit like that. None of it is exactly like this.
Now there's a new threat to public safety. A gang calling itself Menace to Society. In a moment we'll talk to a former organised crime squad detective turned MP about what needs to be done. But first, this report.
Okay, first of all, they're calling themselves Menace to Society. Pretty sure that was already a hip hop group. And they're wearing burqas like faggots. And now let's see how they treat the country they've been allowed into. Because clearly they've got a computer hooked up to this to put the image to it, but you know. Let's see what they think about, you know, the place that they get welfare from.
I'm ready for that war. Yeah, that war. If a nigga run his mouth, I'll break his jaw. I'll break his jaw. When I chuck a front, I chuck a push. Yeah.
Right, so we got a guy wearing a Boston hat. We got a bunch of people wearing burqas, all covering their faces. And look, I'm just going to say straight off the bat, I don't know what the name of this group is. But I'm going to say Run AIDS.
Marsha got the keys, Louis got the voice. Shorty like my dick, she like my toy. She like my dick. Pull up to the scene, we make it no.
Yeah, I you know what? When I was a kid, I played Ninja Turtles. I did. I tried to fit in the sewer. I was fat. I still am.
Better fly myself out to Detroit. You better take up. I'm running.
Oh, Detroit. You know what? Detroit is where they had, like, you know, a whole car industry, and I've worked in the automotive manufacturing industry here in Australia, and in fact, you know, I'm pretty much in, like, you know, maintenance, and yeah, things have you know, changed a lot for me since just like Detroit, the automotive industry has gone away. It has definitely changed things for people like me. So yeah, I'd be interested to hear what these young gentlemen have to say now that they've mentioned Detroit, because as a you know, automotive, as a person who's, you know, trade is in, like, you know, automotive manufacturing, well, manufacturing in general, but specializing in the automotive, I should be interested to hear what these new arrivals are bringing to the table.
Live with my niggas hitting joints. Yeah, we savages, semi-automatic,
Yeah, okay, he just said we semi-automatics, and there's a guy holding up a, not a baseball bat, but a softball bat. It's a girl's bat. This guy's trying to look hardcore with his headphones. Oh, I remember being young, thinking headphones look cool. To be young again. To be young again. Right, so we've got a guy holding up a girl's sports thing, and another guy looking like a chocolate McConaughey. Yes, and I obviously am talking about Dallas Buyers Club McConaughey. Where was I? Right, so this is where they're at, and what they're, you know, what I forget why I paused it and why I was making fun of them. Fuck you.
With my niggas and we chilling in the Audi.
We chilling in that Audi. I don't think Run AIDS is chilling in any fucking Audi. And why are they all dressed like they're part of the... Why are you all dressed like foot soldiers?
Hit up Gucci, hit him up for them 30s.
Hit up Gucci. They genuinely have no fucking culture. They've been, like, you know, told that they have taken, like, black coat. Oh my god. I recognize this. Oh shit. These are black wiggers. These are bliggers. No, you don't understand. There are genuinely white people who act like this in Australia, and these fucking nignogs have taken it up. Oh, you have just... Yeah, well done fucking... whoever their parents are, well fucking done. Well fucking done, because this is 100% on you. 100% you fucking tards.
Gucci, never cuff, never love, we only fucking. Hit up Sosa, told him, yeah, we made that check.
We, like, look, they're just hanging outside of a fucking apartment block, and they're acting like, you know, because their tag's there, that's awesome. This is exactly wigger behavior, and oh my god. I was just laughing at this thinking, oh, they're trying to be American. It never occurred to me that is, yeah, of course it's what we get. These are bliggers. These are black wiggers. Afrikingers. We're gonna come up with something.
I better make a meal. What the fuck is next?
Why are you wearing safety glasses? See, look, fucking Muslim shit. Look, fucking, you can act like wigger as fuck. You can act bligger. You can act whatever the fuck I came up with before. But as soon as you start putting on that black block, fucking, like, what do you think you're doing? Does this guy honestly think that he's got like an infrared in those fucking safety glasses or some shit so that they're not going to be able to see his eyes? Yeah, let me guess, they're brown. And your hair's black. I'm just throwing it out there. Hey, how the fuck would I know? Let's hear what else this fucking little bligger has to say.
I better run up on your bitch for that neck. I better pull up on your nigga for that tip.
I have no idea what any of that means.
I'll be posted.
I listen to hip hop. And, you know, not that mumble rap shit. This is neither. This is just bad. This is like fucking shit. To put it in a Adelaide reference, rather, this is like 2001. You know, like certified wise shit. No, you know what? That's too good. No, this is late 90s, early 2000s quality hip hop. But it's not the Hoods or anything like that. It's one of those groups that isn't anymore. I have no fucking idea. Oh, look, the fucking sound stopped playing. Yeah, excuse me.
Where'd you go? Play that song, I like your flow. Sippin' lean, we rolling rolls. She a bad bitch, better fuck her, Betty.
What? Seriously? Like, why do they have to hide their faces? Insert racial jokes. No, but seriously, why the fuck do they have to hide their fucking faces for this shit?
Get it. Yeah, we always strapped, we never lack. We never lack.
We always strap, we never lack. No, you're fucking not. And look, holy shit, man. You look like that kid. Like, everything you're showing here, that this place looks like that kid who never knew his dad. Everything about you says, never knew my dad. Now let's see how mad you rap and how you are rad.
With my squad and we breaking in your glass. Grinding on the low, we making cash.
We breaking in your class. They're talking about high school. These people are faggots.
Grinding on the low, my niggas gas.
Where's your fucking guns if you're so hardcore, faggot?
Yeah, we always strap, we never lack. We always strap. With my squad and we breaking in your glass.
Yeah, we breaking in your glass. We're doing fucking home invasions. This is fucking like the Apex gang or whatever, rapping about how cool it is. These people are genuine certified faggots.
Grinding on the low, we making cash. We making cash. Grinding on the low, my niggas cash.
What the fuck? Like, what is this image? There is like, okay, I can tell by your eyes. No, yeah, Islamic men would love you. And not only that, you must be about 12. And that's why all these cunts are wearing fucking like hoodies and that. They don't want anyone to know their actual age. They just want to appear a fucking, you know, generic fucking age. Yeah, I've got to get used to what fucking, you know. Yeah, what fucking thingo. Any hoopla.
Trap hard with some trash stars. Saucy with it, don't act hard.
Yeah, and do they not realize how stupid fucking Australian and why? Look at his shorts. Okay, here's something I want to know. That's supposed to be a bag of weed or something, and that's supposed to be Australian money. That may or may not be Australian money. That is not a bag of weed, and those are not real shorts. You are not doing well. That looks like the frame of a bed pushed up to you. And the guy next to you has his shirt wrapped around his head because he doesn't have more material to cover his chest. It's either cover his chest or his head. And he's gone head because he doesn't want to be associated with what you're fucking doing.
Go Harley Street, there's racists everywhere, misogynist.
Like, that's how fucking bad what you're doing is. But hey, what do I know? Like, yeah, go ahead, go.
I
don't hate men, but I wonder how a man would feel if they lived
so
my
ruthless.
life.
All I ever talk is this true
Because
shit.
it was a man who
name and I'ma
sexually
shoot shit.
abused me
This
when
a
I
double
was a
six
child.
straight new shit.
It was a man who beat the shit out of me when I was
switching my
17, my prime.
But it's not.
Two men who raped me when I was barely in my 20s.
Younger kept
Tell me
6
why
sons.
is that okay? Why
Take
is it
double X
okay
on the
to
squad
pick
with
me
me.
off the pack like that and do that to me?
Mouth I'll tell you, never talk to police. Run overseas, Bird City on me. Forever MOB, hold it down for my G's. Straight from the east, I'm a savage with a heat. Straight from the east, I'm a savage with a heat. Skip.
Right, so
Our pets' heads are falling off! Everybody has a right to feel safe in our community, but right
Why
now,
is-
cynical
okay.
politicians are putting the same...
I didn't mean for that to happen. Okay, let's deconstruct this again.
of Melbourne's African Australian community at risk.
You'd all
This
be
summer's
dead now if it
Melbourne's
wasn't my
media has
David.
been dominated by racialised crime reporting and politicians like Matthew Guy or Immigration Minister Peter Dutton seeking to exploit it.
You know, it's funny, sometimes American journalists talk about how bad a country is because people are lining up for food. That's a good thing.
Are organising, and this summer's media panic has made things worse and put people at risk. My
Drinking
constituents
beer,
tell me stories of
which
racial
I gladly
abuse they've faced on
do.
the streets and online.
I like
You
beer.
have for that.
I like beer. I don't know if you do.
Okay.
Do you like beer,
Okay,
Senator?
he
Or not?
he's clearly speeding up for some reason. I have no fucking idea why. Yeah, I should change that button because every time I hit the button next to that button, it doesn't be the button that I button. Right, there was something. Okay, yeah, I think that, yeah.
Now there's a new threat to public safety. A gang calling itself Menace to Society. In a moment, we'll talk.
Got the car, please, no, we gassing down the street. Honey in the 50 song, gassing in the coupe. Trying to dip the scene, now you trying to cop a suit. I'll be on the clock and I'm posting my shoes. Got on all love, you nigga, pretty boy. I'm trying to tell my niggas, little boy, you stupid.
A lot faster than it should be. But anywho, yeah, speaking of faster than it should be and longer than it should be, I think this podcast has gone on long enough, and I will save the letters to the editor for the next one, and I will save the other shit for the next one as well. yeah, I need to stay on top of these because, yeah. Anyway, you can hear the results. I'm just, yeah. Yeah, I have no fucking idea. Like, these podcasts have been so few and far between that I'm playing catch up on such old news that, yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to throw shit in about myself in between it. Yeah, as I always have been, but yeah, tune in next week to, find out what I say that I don't realise I said. Anywho, I will catch you next time. At localragpodcast@gmail.com for the email. At localragpodcast on Insta and Twitter. While it lasts on Insta and Twitter, but also at localragpodcast on Gab. And yeah, I am at Adam Trent Sage on Insta and Twitter, and until that lasts as well, because seems like it's getting further and further away from it, eh? Like, I'm going to be, told you're not allowed a voice anymore. Seems like that's going to be happening. Anywho, yeah, I'll catch you cunts next time. Boys.